At Live Oak, we believe everybody has a next step. It could be a big decision, a small step of faith, or just an active application of something from a biblical truth you've heard or studied. As a small group leader, you are strategically positioned to help people identify their next steps within your group. You're the chief next steps officer. You're the next steps champion. You're the next steps shepherd for your people. So if you can find ways to be looking, identifying, and calling people to their next steps, it'll be catalytic to their lives, to your small group, and the mission of Live Oak. So we want to give you 2 questions to talk about. One, brainstorm as a group. What are the next steps that anybody in a small group might potentially face? Think of as many next steps as possible, and then come up with some ideas or best practices of how small group leaders, and you as a small group leader specifically, could help people identify their next step and be involved, how you could be involved in calling them to take their next step.
Hey small group leaders, you guys just wrapped up your fall semester, and group life is a great thing, but it doesn't end just because your group meeting ends. In fact, we believe circles are better than rows, and one of the most catalytic things you can do is engage with your group members outside of a regular group meeting. That can look like a fun night, it could look like serving, it could look like a lot of different things. So what I want you to do is take some time to talk about some best practices for your group to connect outside of a regular group meeting time, because you're going to be off for a couple of months before you meet again, whether it be socially or to serve, whether it be individually or as a large group. So take some time and brainstorm some best practices for connecting outside of group time. Hey guys, we believe that small group leaders are the most strategic leaders we have at Live Oak Community Church. They facilitate connection, community, next steps, discipleship. They make the church come alive. Here's the other thing we know. The best small group leaders are always looking for and developing new leaders. And we want to ask you guys to help us in this regard. The greatest need at Live Oak right now is not a new facility, but it's more great leaders like you. And so what I want you to do is take a few minutes and to brainstorm the best ideas for finding and developing new leaders. We know that there's great small group leaders out there, but they're probably sitting in your groups. We're not going to find small group leaders by making a big announcement on Sunday morning or sending out an email. We're going to find them as they're apprenticed and developed by leaders like you. So take a few minutes, push pause, and talk about how to find and develop new leaders. Remember, you may have leaders that are ready to go next semester or next year, but how will you help them take a next step? And how can we, as your leadership, help you develop those leaders?